Hi and welcome to this amazing section that we are going to learn how to implement navigation drawer and tab layouts. Tab layouts are horizontal layouts that are mostly displayed below the app bar to present tabs. The navigation drawer is a panel that shows your app's main navigation menu. In this video, we are going to implement our first navigation drawer. Fixed tab layouts are best for 2 to 3 items, while scrollables don't have any limitations, but to make them less confusing, having relevant and less tabs are recommended. And for 3 to 5 items, it's better to have button navigation. And for more than 5, it's better to use navigation drawer, but of course it depends on your choice. I'm using the app we made in previous section, which we had implemented toolbar. Now I want to add the navigation drawer. We have to right-click on the resources and create a new resource file. I'll name it as navigation drawer and change the resource type, the root element, to drawer layout. It is in the main and it is a layout, okay? Now we need to change it a little bit. First of all, it needs an ID. And then I want it to fit the system window. Perfect. Then I want my drawer to be. This is where you can specify if you want it to be opened on the left or right. When I add open drawer to my layout and set it as a start, so it will open from the left side. But to open it on the right side, I have to simply change it to end. Now I want it to open from the start. Now the layout is completely ready to go and it's time for the navigation view. Okay, we have two sort of navigations. One is navigation view and the other is button navigation that we have implemented in previous section. But now we want to implement navigation view. It has to wrap content on width and match parent on height. Then we need to specify some ID. Okay, we set the fit system window to true to ensure the content of the drawer don't overlay the status bar and other system windows. Now we have to specify a horizontal gravity if we want to develop an app which supports right to left. So by changing the gravity to right, it's going to change to right. Okay, now if we want to use a fragment, we must implement a frame layout. But now, what I want to include is my own activity, which I have to include it. And it's done. As simple as just one line of code. Now I have to go back to my main activity Kotlin file to change this view inflated. I have to change it to navigation drawer. Most of navigations contain a header and some items. First of all, I would love to add items to my navigation. Okay, we already know how to create a menu by right-clicking on the res folder, adding icons and new strings. As we are excited to learn more and more forward faster, I won't be doing the same thing over and over. So everything is completely clear. It's just that I added this group of tags in menu, which allows to show which list item is currently selected. Okay, to inflate my menu inside the navigation drawer, I got to add it inside the navigation tag, which I have to go back to navigation drawer XML. And here in the tag, I will add menu and the drawer menu. If you received any error, you have to check if you have added the app namespace. Okay, now that we got the menu, we can move on to make a header. Headers are optional, but to implement them, we must create a separate layout. The same process with right-clicking on res folder and then having a new resource file. And here I'm going to name it as nav header. But I want it to be linear. And OK. Alright, now it's just an empty linear layout, but this time I want to add some custom dimensions. We will learn about the best ways to make our app compatible in the future, but for now, I want to add preferred dimensions. So in this case, the best way to do it is to create an XML file that contains all our dimensions. We mostly have standards in our apps, so it's important to keep them in a relevant file. We have to right-click on the value folder and create a new file named diamonds. This is a value resource and its name is diamonds. Inside the resource, we got to add a tag and name it with something. We specify that it is a diamond and we give it some name. I like to give it like navigation height and then I want padding small. Okay, I have to go back to my navigation header and we need to make some changes to make it more appealing. Sorry, I meant I defined before. Then it needs a background color. And I want to use one of my predefined, so I call the color primary. Then I specify some theme. Styles, I want to find the dark one. App compat dark. That's it. Then I specify the orientation. It's already defined here and it's vertical. While the layout was being created, it was automatically created. So I'm fine with being vertical. Now I give it a gravity and I want it to be bottom. Then I want a text view in it. This text view is going to appear on the top of our navigation. Then it needs some text. I have already defined nav headers with some text in it. Text appearance. I want it to be something predefined. Yeah, simply this. Alright, we are done with header for now. To inflate this header in my navigation view, we must add it as a header to the view. So we have to go back to the navigation drawer and add the header to this navigation view. Header layout, and it's looking for a layout. Navigation header. Alright. This is the header for now. Now, if we want to customize it a little bit, something like those cool apps that their drawer have background images and your image, your name and some title appears in them, then we must make some changes. So let's go for it. First, to add an image and a header background, I have to add it as a background where we have already added color to it. But I change it to the image I have defined before. This is where we have to change. I had this image navigation background. Cool, let's see it. So push. Okay, now I want to add that user image inside it. This has to be added independently. The width and height must be something fixed because we don't want it to fill the whole screen. I type 60 sp inside the width. Okay, now I can add it to the diamond by extracting dimension source and name it something. I name it as nav user image size. And cool, we have it now. I use the same size for the height. Perfect. Now it needs a source. I have added some image before, so I use it. And the scale type, I want it to be center crop. Wow, we got it. Now I want the user's username to appear here. So I just add another text view, just copy and paste it right here, and I have another string. Navigation user. Not the same appearance for sure. These can be customized by giving them colors and paddings and all of that. But for now it is cool. Here we have my name, my header title, and the user image.